What's going on, world? AJ here. Welcome back to a new episode of AJ Tech. And today it is January 1st. This is the first episode of 2026. And as I stated in the AJ Show end of the year video, I want to bring it back to basics. I want to try to simplify things a lot more for people and, go back to doing some basic computer stuff to help, the average computer user that may not be very tech savvy to, help them learn and understand how to do things. And this is going to probably sound a little complicated what we're going to talk about today because we are talking about building a home network. Oh, I know that sounds daunting. That sounds scary, but you got a home, you need internet service in your home, and you need a way to get access to that internet. What better way than to learn how to build your own home network? Everybody needs to learn the concepts and the basics when it comes to home network building. So are you ready to dive in? You ready to do this? Get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, take some notes with me, and follow along if you can. And let's talk about your home network setup. So, are you ready to dive in? Let's get started. Setting up a home network can sound complicated. It sounds like a big old headache, but with some few basic components, you can connect all your devices easily and securely. So, in this episode, we're going to just kind of dive into the basics. Going to give you the quick version, the simplified version on how to build your home network. Step number one, obviously, is identifying an ISP or internet service provider. Whatever is available in your home area, do your research, do your homework with those companies. For my area, we've got Socket, we've got Spectrum. I've used both. I'm currently running off of Socket, which has fiber optic. I went with them because they tore up my front yard. That's why. But also do your research. How much of internet speed do you really need? Honestly, I don't think 1 gig is really needed. I stick with 500 megabits per second. That's a good sweet spot for my internet speed for my home. But again, do your research, figure out how many devices are you looking to connect to the internet, how many devices are going to be in and out, and so forth. So once you get that established and figured out, the next step is purchasing your home router. Now, routers, I would recommend change out every 5 years, maybe 3 to 5 years. For me, let's look at mine here, this old one of mine, all right? And you can pick these up at Walmart, in the electronics aisle, wherever you go that has an electronics computer area. You can buy one off Amazon. I currently rock a TP-Link, which I did a video on that. You could go check that out. I'll drop it in the up above, and I'll put it in the description below for you to view that one. And I'll recommend it. I'll recommend that one because it works wonderfully. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's a lot slimmer than what this thing is. There's a Linksys EA7300, and I still hang on to this because I want to. It's not completely obsolete, but it's been running in my home for about 8 years, and I've noticed, it was pretty much hitting the wall, as I described in my, TP-Link video. But we're going to pretend this is brand new, this is fresh, this is the latest technology. So this is your new router that you bought from the store. So your internet service provider has came in, they've installed their stuff, they put in their modem. We're going to pretend this is the modem. So this is actually a Verizon CSG M106 device. This is basically provides not wireless, but yeah, it does wireless, but it's cellular service, internet service. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't provide service anymore, but I have it just for demonstrations. So we'll pretend this is the internet modem. So they'll have this installed in your home. It's there. You're going to plug it in the available port that's available to you for one end. And then you're going to take your home router. You're going to plug it up. You're going to turn it on. You're going to boot it up. And right on the back right here is your internet port. You want to plug it into where it says internet. That's how you're going to get your internet using this home router. So you're going to plug that in into the other, like so. You'll hear that click. This is basically a Cat 5e Ethernet cable. So recommending either a Cat 5e or Cat 6. I typically, usually for work, I've been doing Cat 6 for everything, even within our own network infrastructure. I've been rolling out Cat 6 everywhere. So I do recommend Cat 6, but you know, Cat 5e is still good, still does the job. So Cat 5e it is right here for Ethernet connection. So as you can see, this basically the setup right here. So you have one layer right here as your internet service provider. Then your next layer where your internet will go through into this device here for your home router. And that's pretty much really basically all you really need for a home network setup is just your internet service provider modem and your router. Now this router has multiple functions. It has a lot of multiple functions for this device. You know, you also have additional Ethernet ports to plug in, say, your TV, computer, you know, whatever device that you want to hardwire, that hardwire is available for. You can plug it on the back of here to one of these open 4 ports right here. All right. So highly recommend, if you can, hardwire, especially your TVs, especially if you have a desktop computer, hardwire as much as you can because it is direct internet connection. All right. Direct hardwire in there. It's going to be better performance. If you're just going to rock the Wi-Fi, you got your Wi-Fi antennas right here already built in. So this is not only a router, not only a switch, because this is basically considered a switch here, a built-in switch for the device, but it's also an access point, a wireless access point with these. You know, of course, with this one, you'll just angle it for coverage for your home and such, and I'll show you mine here in just a moment, how I have mine set up. But really, this is all you really need for a home network, is just your internet service provider and this box. And then, of course, if you can, hardwire whatever devices you're able to hardwire and run in your home. Now, if you need more ports, all right, then we can talk switches. All right. So with that being said, I have in my hands here, also on my desk, this is a Cisco small business, but get a Netgear off of Amazon. All right. You don't have to go Cisco brand. This one I just found lying around in the pile at our IT office, and it's pretty much not doing anything. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to, lab with it, play around with it, take it home, mess around with this thing. So this is a Cisco SG300-10P, meaning there's 10 ports on this thing, technically 8, but the other ones, you'll want to use other adapters to utilize them and such. But this is where you can get additional network ports if you're needing additional ports. So where this comes into play here, if you do get a switch, you can get a plug and play one for your home. That's easy, that's simple, and all you have to do is just plug it up, like so. Typically you could do port 1, or if you want, go to the very last port, and basically acts as pretty much kind of a trunk, if you will, in network terms. If you do VLANing, it'll be a trunk. I'll tell you that right now. VLANing will be a different subject for another day. So they're just keeping this simple. And you'll just plug it into, let's just say, we'll just say port 1 here. We'll just do port 1 to port 1. How about that? That'll make it a lot easier, a lot simple. So your first port right here, port number 1. There it is, port number 1. Cable runs along here, like so, to port 1 on here. That way 1 to 1. That makes it so much easy for you for setting up a network. If you need an additional switch right here, this is it. That way you'll lose a port here, of course, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional ports here to utilize, and also on the back 3 throwing it everywhere. The 7, then consider that 8, 9, and 10. So you got 10 ports right there. You know, you don't have to get an 8-port switch. Like I got an 8-port switch on my network, just in case I want to add some more stuff to my home network. But you can go for a 4-port. And again, you can go for unmanaged if you like, just plug and play. If you don't want to control any VLANs or any management of disabling or enabling ports, they are a lot cheaper than managed switches. Now, if you do want a managed switch to where you have the capability of naming the ports, enabling, disabling ports, and also setting up VLANs for your home, that'll be a whole different subject matter for another day. You can look into getting that as well. We're not going to cover that part in this video. I may do that in another video where we talk about switches specifically. But as far as your home network setup, this is it. This is all you really need. It is your internet service provider, your modem, that your internet service provides you with, your router that you buy at Walmart or Amazon or wherever, Best Buy, and if needed, you can purchase a switch for additional port setups right here. But this is it. You just plug them up, plug them in, configure your router, of course, with your interface. Usually, to get onto the interface, they usually provide a website on the pamphlet for you to go log into, or you could do whichever IP address it automatically assigns it as 192.168.1.1 or 192.168.0.1. Depending on the brand, depending on what router you get, it'll either have that third octet as a 0 or a 1. And that'll be your default gateway typically for your devices. But you can also go in and change that if you want. If you want to change the IP address and you're all tech savvy like that. But if you're just one of those like, I don't know much about this stuff, I just want to get it working, leave it as it is. Make sure your firewalls are enabled in the setups as well when you're going through the configurations for your router. Make sure you change your SSID name, please. Do not leave the default settings in there. Rename it. Name it something cool if you want. And make sure you have a good, solid password locked in place. Enable guest Wi-Fi for your guests. And if you have IoT or Internet of Things option on it, please enable that as well. And just throw on like minuscule devices like your thermostats. If you have solar panels, throw them on there too. Or whatever smaller devices that don't need to be on your main Wi-Fi network. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. That is basically the simple basics here that I want to run through here for this first episode. We'll go into a little bit more detail in other episodes, but I just want to start out with this. So hope you guys picked up and learned something. Hopefully that helps you out if you're looking in with internet service at your home, or maybe you want to try to improve it better, or maybe you just really never got the hang of it or scared to, or you always had somebody else do it for you. Hopefully this video helped you. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day and take care.